Nope, we're not doing this. Oh, but we're still alive, though.
Woo!
We're live!
We are live.
Yes, I'm going to do this two ways. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Brick at Night on ELPN. Or I can go with Hola, amigos. Bienvenidos a otro episodio de Brick at Night en ELPN. Yeah, I'll just say this. That's a little hint to one of the guests. They are Hispanic origin, so I figured I'd throw in a little Latin.
Tacos?
¿Dónde están mis tacos?
They're on the way. That's where they're
I hate that you did that.
Come on, DoorDash.
Puedo ir al baño, por favor. I hated having Spanish class. That was the one thing I had to learn in Spanish just to go to the bathroom.
Wait.
Everybody had to learn that for your teacher to let you go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
In español, por favor.
No, but of course, you know me. I'm Kennard, and joined alongside me, as always, is the forever sleeveless, always pinching his chin, Brick Jake, as well as the amazing mock building couple of Super Hot Bricks. Yes! That was a good high five.
Epic.
I wonder if you could do it a
This is
second
fun
time.
to make new friends.
Can you do it a second time? I don't know if you can.
Scared
Always look at the elbow.
Scared.
Solid smack. That was a very.
But no,
Okay.
I'm not gonna show off whatever I'm drinking. It's apple juice.
Delicious.
Delicious Mexican apple juice.
Delicioso.
What is it? Quiero Taco Bell. No, we are very excited today because we have an awesome guest list coming up today. We will be talking S.T.E.M with, of course, famous Lego Masters Tacos and Corey. They were not only in the Lego Masters seasons, but they were also part of the holiday spectacular that they were on with the celebrities, which was super awesome. But we're not just going to be talking about Lego Masters. They are, of course, amazing teachers of S.T.E.M, and we cannot wait to bring them on here to talk about that. So, are we ready to bring them on?
Oh,
yeah.
I can't hear you. Are we ready to bring them on?
Roll that intro.
Sweet! I needed to do that just because I was a slight delay on getting the intro video. But let's roll this. I still gotta change out that intro.
Welcome.
What up?
The song's great for the intro. I gotta change the minifigs because we got two additions to our additions to this crew now. So
Minifigs are adorable. You guys are gonna get them done as well, right?
as a tattoo, yes. No, I'm just kidding. I have
No,
no
like
idea.
your own thing.
We've
You
got.
have your own sig figs out there.
I know. I gotta get a sig fig out there. Jake's got his sig fig out there, and I drew these suckers up too.
We have one. We
Jake's
have-
got his sig fig.
But you have to have a sticker version.
Stickers? We've already got those. If you'd like stickers, we will definitely message you on the back end and give you some stickers.
Nice.
I literally just messaged our guest from last week and was like, "Hey, I forgot to ask you. We can send stickers."
I was tempted to start mailing out coffee mugs just to be like that talk show host with a Brick at Night coffee mug. They're like, "Hey, we appreciate you."
Awesome.
Oh my God, you got a perfect version of Jake.
Is that the CMF
There's
torso?
tacos.
Yeah.
I used yeah.
Hold on, now I gotta find Corey.
Hey, that's me.
That is too cute.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, I need to update my hair.
I was gonna say you should put little colored dots in for the little Lego pieces.
Yes.
While we were watching the Bricktacular the other day, my wife was like, "He's got Lego in his hair." I was like, I love it.
Oh yeah.
So you already know we're going to be talking about S.T.E.M, savory tacos everybody makes. So that's part of it. Jake's like, "Damn you!"
Say my jokes are cheesy.
Absolutely. Come on now. No, of course, we all know that S.T.E.M stands for, and I'm going to let the guests actually talk about this. What does S.T.E.M stand for, folks? What does STEM stand for?
Spicy tacos.
Science,
Lada.
technology, engineering,
Sorry.
mathematics.
Mathematics.
See, I knew we were gonna get the very serious side, and then we were gonna get the funny goofball side. So I was very glad that someone said spicy
So
tacos.
which one is going to be the funny goofball side? That could have been a decoy.
That definitely could have been a decoy. I don't know. There was a video. There was a video I saw on Instagram of you being all serious doing a video, and then all I see is someone picking their nose about to eat a booger, and I was just like, "Huh."
In some places, that's the more serious one.
Right.
I feel like that is a very common pose for Taco as well.
Don't forget that I smell my armpits oftentimes because I sometimes forget to double tap the deodorant. So that's why.
Oh no, I do the same thing too.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
sit there in the office and be like,
It's like, is that me?
Listen, sometimes when I'm nervous, I stick my hands.
"I
in
smell
my
like the ocean."
It's like-
Okay.
Is it whiff?
Oh, get a hard whiff. Just don't catch Jake in a park with a tree.
You know,
It's
through
just
the
weird.
hole.
Hilarious.
Oh my god, I love it, dude. I love the fact that there's a comic book cover in the background. It's the Hulk. Is that your favorite Marvel character?
That is my favorite Marvel character.
Okay, loving it.
I have a stack of comic books. Well, I used to. So now they're in storage. But yeah, I still do read comic books every once in a while. So
I know we're gonna talk about Lego, but I do want to know what makes him your favorite Marvel character. I gotta ask that.
oh man, I love this question because the answer I give is usually like people like sit like, oh wow, I never really thought of it like that. But you never know. Hold on.
Yeah.
My son is up. So what makes him my favorite character? So Hulk is like the strongest Marvel character. Well, one of the strongest Marvel characters, hands down.
Yeah.
However, he had oh my gosh. Thank you. He doesn't like me telling the story.
He's
But
the star of the show
basically,
right now.
Bruce Banner is like his inside vulnerability. And like, even though he's super strong and to people, he is the strongest, deep down inside, he is a scared, timid man. And somehow Hulk always spoke to me in that way. Like, I put on this rough, tough exterior and like I got it all together and everything, but deep down, I'm just a kid that's scared. So that's why I love the Hulk.
Oh my
I love
god.
it.
That's
Yep.
too sappy for me. I'm sorry.
It explains a lot though with the whole gym lifting now.
That's too sappy. Can we like pretend that you get cut and some green stuff spills out or something like that? No, nothing.
No.
He's St. Patrick's Day Burger King ketchup. It's not like a 1 month special. It's like green ketchup packets.
You guys remember back in like the early 2000s when those colored ketchups came out? You had the green and the purple.
Yeah.
Crazy
And I
ketchup.
refused. I was like, no, I can't eat it. It's the wrong
God.
color.
Do you remember the Burger King kids?
I remember the Burger King kids.
Right?
Yes.
That's stumping into a generation there.
It was I mean, they needed that because McDonald's was kicking their butts. Like they had the whole crew. So like, what do we have? Like BK Kids was pretty cool. At least for me, like growing up, like I love
Yeah.
that.
What am I
Okay.
doing? Garbage pail
I
kid.
think,
What the
Ken, you
hell?
need to pull this up because there's 3 of us at least here that have no clue what we're talking about.
You're having stroke face over here. What is that?
Seriously? You don't know what this is?
Ah,
Are we
never heard it.
Man.
ever
hold
heard
on.
of it? Oh my
I wasn't,
BK
a, I wasn't a
Kids
Burger
meal.
King kid though.
No. So hold on.
We
wait,
didn't
I
do
got
Burger King as growing up.
that is
We have-
terrible.
We have failed you as fellow.
I will
People.
definitely bring the nostalgia back.
Here we
right
go.
now.
Yeah. Yep.
The freaking Burger King kids, man. You
Okay,
got
I
JD
can
the
say
dog.
They
that.
look like the kids
Oh my
from
goodness.
Captain
Magic
Planet?
School Bus. Oh.
They look
Well,
like
the
Captain
no,
Magic
Planet.
so-
School Bus.
Both, yeah.
I
Whoa.
will say one of the kids looks like oh god, what's his name? There's a kid, Jaws, the kid at the top left. He looks like a character from Recess,
Yes.
Yes.
and I can't remember the kid's
Yeah.
name to save my life.
I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
Recess. That's a good one too.
Oh, hold on. I got him. I think it was it Vince? Yes, Vince. I had to do a quick search. It was Vince.
I don't remember this at all.
Really?
It used to be like on the boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
were-
Vincent. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
I get more
yep.
Recess vibes, like cartoon series, than I get BK.
So was this a cartoon?
No, it
Yeah.
was just a. Oh, what was it? A cartoon? I forgot about this one. I thought it was just like
It was-
Burger King's like thing.
Like they did have a Saturday morning cartoon briefly, very, very briefly. It
Okay.
wasn't even like a season, like 16 or 18 episodes. It was like 5 or 6 episodes or something like that.
Hmm.
But
That
I
may
do
be why.
remember. I do remember that.
This is
Yeah,
new to
this
me.
was. yeah,
Learn something new every day.
bringing some memories back.
Oh my gosh!
It was eating a kid's meal at Burger King and then having a Hershey's pie in a little box.
Those are the best.
Uh-huh.
I will forever get one of those every time.
They were amazing. Tacos, do you have a favorite Marvel character? Because I asked Corey about his.
Phoenix, I'm gonna say. I don't know. I've always wanted to.
Burst into flames. I'm just kidding.
I naturally burst into flames. I can't
I'm
tell you how many
sorry.
times I go off. Josh, I don't know
normal.
how many times you saw me like argue at Corey. No, we're not supposed to do that. Angry Latina. No. Mystique always fascinated me. The idea of transforming into someone else, is always fantastic. Nightcrawler as well, even though they're descendants, I guess.
Yeah.
That's his. That's her son. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the idea of like just going into another element completely. I think that's pretty fascinating. So
I'm just gonna go around the room then. Hawks, do y'all have a favorite Marvel character? Even though I know y'all are really more repping DC because someone likes to make a giant Batman sign.
I mean, I love Gambit. He's one of my favorites.
Okay, I appreciate that one.
And that's the only reason I really want the new X-Men mansion is because of Gambit.
Those cards are. I love that. I love how they did that.
It was the coolest thing as a kid seeing him just flinging the cards.
I love the fact that Channing Tatum got to to actually play the role in the movie. Spoiler alert: if nobody's seen Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm
been out
still
for
a
a
little
year.
uneasy about him being chosen for that role, but I always had a crush on Gambit as a kid.
He was badass in the cartoons back in the day.
Yes, he
What's
was.
his
Yeah.
name?
And then I was a huge fan of Storm as well, just
That's
because
okay.
of
That was
control
who
the
I would
weather.
have picked. Would have been
Yeah.
Storm.
Hmm.
Only reason to get the mansion is the figs. Gotta love this.
That's from a hard DC fan right there.
That is from a hard DC. That's a big Batman fan.
I was gonna say that's probably a bigger
Yes,
Batman
please.
fan than me because
Mhm.
I'm a Lego Batman fan and he's a Batman fan across the board. If you need to know anything Batman related, that guy's the one to talk to.
Uh-oh, somebody got their Taco Bell.
Hey,
If
Just
he
in
exits-
time. Just
if he
in
exits-
time.
If he exits out within 15 minutes, we know why. Just
That's
saying.
why they call it Taco Hell. That's
Exactly.
Necesito uno
Just make sure
momento.
you use your mic
he's gonna
before
be
you
using
go.
he's just gonna be saying it in Spanish. Puedo al baño, por favor? Screaming out the door.
See, the code I use for that is Greek.
Hey, that's
It's
where I made my own.
Dostomahitoponai.
See,
Question though, what did you order?
Doritos Tacos Locos with some steak.
Mm.
And of course, my all-time favorite,
Yes, the
cinnamon twist.
potatoes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a 5-bean layer burrito. Or 5
we all
layer bean
give out different
burrito.
answers.
All right, Jake. Though you didn't say yours. Your favorite X-Men or
Marvel.
Marvel character.
It's a tie for me because I've always really loved Iron Man because A, he's badass and had a cool goatee. I always wanted a goatee back in the day when I was a child, And then when I worked at Chick-fil-A for 5 years, I couldn't grow my beard out. I wanted a beard.
Mhm.
But Wolverine is also very much tied with him because he is just so awesome. And like I watched all those X-Men movies when they came out back in the day. I had the X-Men video game where it was his story and like you go around slashing people. I'm waiting on the game to be released because I am ready for that game. Spider-Man was awesome. I think Logan's gonna be better.
Oh my god. I can't wait for the days that I see you on Discord playing Wolverine.
That was the Wolverine Origins. That came out around that time, right? That game. But it was like a.
I think it was right around the second X-Men movie.
Gotcha.
Because I think they kind of crossed a little bit.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, back on my PlayStation 2.
Oh my god, the days. Oh, I'm gonna be a simp. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I've been that way since I was a kid. I love the difficulty between a teenager having to balance life between his normal life and then his superhero life, and having the struggles of being so young and getting into the field of being a superhero. I just loved it, and I will say that is the first full-blown like superhero movie that I got to watch in the theaters was Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Nice.
First superhero movie I watched.
See, mine was Mystery Men.
with Ben Stiller.
What was it? Ben Stiller, Hank Azaria.
Oh my gosh, that was such a funny spoof of a because at the time like comic book movies weren't really like successful. Really, they were good, but they weren't like mega. So yeah, Mystery Men was just absurd. I loved it.
It was. It had Kel Mitchell in it, Paul Rubens, Ben Stiller. I'm looking at the actual cast.
Yeah.
William Macy. I rewatched it a couple years ago. Yeah, and it even had CeeLo Green made an appearance in there. Like Michael Bay made an appearance.
Crazy.
So cheesy. I'm the Waffle Man. Waffle of Justice.
Cisco was in it, right?
He was.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It was too corny for me.
What is it?
That was too corny. Too corny.
Corny is where it's at, though.
It was too corny.
There's a lot of jokes that can come out of that phrase, but I'm not going to say anything about it. There's a lot of jokes. Oh my gosh. But diving in to what y'all do, I know y'all incorporate S.T.E.M with Lego. This is where the seriousness comes out. Y'all incorporate S.T.E.M with Lego. Can you kind of give us a deep dive as to how you've made it, how have you gotten Lego to incorporate with S.T.E.M? Because we know how it is. I'm going to use the word incorporated way too many damn times, and I'm going to get annoyed with it. But how do you guys teach it? Like, how do you teach Lego to kids and then incorporate S.T.E.M? I feel like that's a very open, broad question, but
well, we're the fun teachers, so there's not much that we have to do because we teach enrichment, we teach camps and stuff like that in assemblies, but we're not like their 9-to-5 teacher. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're their best time of the day, what they've been looking for. Even if they've had a bad day, it's a time to reset their brain. And you kind of thrive, even though if you're a complex learner. So it's just a moment where they get to be creative, and there are boundaries. You know what I mean? There are going to be rules and guidelines and instructions, but there's going to be so much room for creativity that everyone's allowed to really thrive. So
yeah. To speak to that, like, yeah, we are the best part of their day, you know, kids. What we do is not a 9-to-5, which is awesome because we get to kind of vibe off of the energy and off the synergy of our local school district. So like a lot of classes that I teach, I often ask, you know, administrators, you know, what are you focusing on in school for the kids? You know, what's the theme of this month or this quarter? You know, so I can kind of cater my program to, you know, extended learning. So even though the kids are building with Lego and they're having such a great time building and stuff like that, they're still learning something. It's still a essence of discovery with Lego. So I call Lego the most creative toy that has ever been designed and created, you know, because you can literally build anything out of just simple things. So how do we incorporate that with STEM? Very simple. The science, the technology, engineering, mathematics, all of that stuff is incorporated in just designing one particular build, a car. That's standard for us. So just building a car teaches the kids, you know, how much pieces they need to build the car. That's math. What kind of technology you're going to use, your motors and your power functions, you know, the science, you know, are you going to use big tires, you know, for, you know, that you're able to drive on different terrains, or are you going to look for fastness? Are you going to use smaller tires? Are you going to use skinny tires? Are you going to use multiple tires? So there goes your science and everything like that. And then the engineering is just putting all that together. And, you know, the kids don't see it as that. They're just saying, oh, I'm building a car. But at the end of the session, at the end of the entire class series, they'll be able to say, oh my gosh, I learned how to build a chassis. I know what a motor is for, a transmission. I know what axles and pins and all that stuff, and the wheels and all, and they learn all that at the end of the day, you know. So that's what makes our profession so unique and so different from other professions.
It's a hands-on learning. So they may not be able to rehearse. They might not talk about what exactly a transmission is, but by the time they get to robotics, they're going to understand the idea of what a gear ratio is and understanding how to either torque up or torque down. It's practical, it's hands-on, so they can apply this stuff in other worlds. Something as simple as how much pressure you add to the pedal as you ride your bike up a steep street, you know what I mean? So a lot of it is physics. They might not be able to rehearse it all, say it all, but they're applying it and they understand the physics behind it by just the sheer application of rebuilding over and over again. So.
I think that's a beautiful explanation that y'all provided. I'm I'll keep a little clap right there. I think that's the beauty about it too. The fact that y'all are taking your time out of your day, out of your livelihood to pretty much provide the teaching capabilities to the kids who are getting this like little part of their day that's so much fun. And I love how you placed it. Like if you're building a car, STEM is every part of that build. And then of course, like you're mentioning the mechanics, like I think as you like the kid gets older, they're going to feel more in tune with what they want to definitely do, especially if it's in any of those subjects. And majority of the time, heck, it's a lot of it's coming out of engineering, because I swear to God, there's so many types of engineering positions out there. It kind of just goes. But I think that's amazing. I love that.
No, I wish there was something like that back when I was in school, because like a lot of times I would use my Lego or Connects on like home projects. One time I built like a it had to be like a working engine, and for I forget which science class, but like I used the rubber band and the magnets and used the rubber band to rotate the Connects wheel to make it run, and people were like, because everybody else was like trying to use like wood and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I got a groove thing. Let's use this. I
think the closest thing for me in school was, oh God, to make a car. It was a wooden drag race. That was wood shop. But in my science class, though, my teacher was like, hey, here are a bunch of Lego pieces. We're going to make robots and we're going to do a little robot war with Lego. And I was just like, great. And I think that like that day specifically just stood out because it was a teacher who I thought was amazing, Mr. Ruby.
Your sound, Ken.
Oh God, I hate this mic.
We're gonna turn this into a drinking game. Every time Ken's mic drops or goes up, you just gotta.
But with the whole STEM, the kids, there is a niche for creativity, just building and tinkering. So a lot of these kids, once again, it doesn't, they might go through their Lego dark phase and they'll get into something like, wood shop, you know what I mean? Or just building stuff around the house, working around the tree house, learning how to tinker and working with all these crazy mechanic things. They create like all these cool things at home that have nothing to do with Lego, but it's because playing with all of those physics,
Yeah.
And see, I like seeing it from the Lego aspect of it because I've watched you guys at the convention and seeing kids come up and like almost open their horizon as to what they could build, because it goes from just, oh, these are solid brick items, to, oh wait, I can build these moving pieces with these, different gears and functions, and it's like it opens their horizon as to what they could build now. So I think that's a cool aspect.
Yeah.
And Brick and Jake, you said something that was key. I didn't have this when I was coming up in school, and that's the key thing about what we do. So I always look at my students, because growing up where I'm from, we didn't have schools like after school projects like this. We didn't have after school programs unless it was sports or music. Those are the only two programs we had, or reading. And you're not going to read all day in school, and then after school program go to the library to do more reading unless you like that stuff. But back in those days, that wasn't the case. And because we didn't have those types of programs growing up, I always look at my program as a way for kids to say, hey, you know what, 20 years, they're able to look back and say, hey, I remember doing this class. I remember going to Lego class and Lego camps and stuff like that, and learning these different things. So it's about creating a new memory, creating lifelong memories for these kids.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would have been. I would have signed up. Like, put me in this thing. I'll be there every day.
I don't think for majority of like the 90s, I'm just going to speak on the 90s kids out here. I don't think there would have been a dark age if schools during that time had something like this.
Yeah.
For a lot of the Lego fans who are out there who started when they were a kid, had their period of not building Lego and actually investing to get anything, and then coming back into it as an adult. I think it probably would have been just something progressive that they would have had every year into now. Heck, probably more mock builders. Who knows? But I love that. That's awesome. I'm honest, not so serious note, I'm really thinking about eating a taco on live right now.
Jesus, I haven't had dinner. I'm hungry.
All right, who's got a taco on hand?
As long as you're not doing this in front of the camera, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, just like no, I'm just kidding. I am not doing that.
Taco ASMR.
If my mic doesn't go out or my camera.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna pose a fun question real quick. Of the two, Pepsi or Coke?
Oh.
All right,
My wife was not happy when she found out Taco Bell does not sell Coke, and I was like,
So-
"Yeah, it's a Pepsi person."
in Dominican Republic, I remember buying a Pepsi bottle, and it would be about this large for a peseta, which is a quarter, and you would have to return it. But it was pure sugar cane. It wasn't, corn syrup or anything like that. So to me, it will always be Pepsi in my heart. I still drink Diet Coke though, But in my heart, but Pepsi now doesn't taste like how I was a little kid in DR.
Oh no!
So I do have to put that out there.
Just add the extra sugar cane into it. Just to make it.
I'm jonesing for some.
I've had to adapt here in Atlanta to Coke because that is everywhere.
I don't know, ever since I saw Coke as used as a cleaning material, that kind of got me off of Coke. I wasn't a big Coke and Pepsi guy growing up. I was more Sprite, if anything. I drank Sprite more as a kid. I didn't like Coke. I didn't like Pepsi. I didn't like the two of them. At a time, I'm dating myself. I mean, we're 90s kids, so they came out with a soda called Surge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
And I remember the first time having Surge. Literally, I saw spotters in my oh my god, the amount of sugar that went through my body all at once. And I used to be a kid that I would down that. Coke and Pepsi, not my vibe. But Sprite, I could do Sprite.
Sprite, I love Sprite. I like Sprite and I like 7-Up. I split between the two.
You remember playing 7-Up in school?
Yeah.
Yep.
Heads up,
Heads
seven.
up, 7 Up.
7 Up. Yes.
Let
Did
me
you put
see
your
them
thumb
shoes.
down and pretend like you
What
got
shoes
touched?
you
Like,
got
yeah.
on?
Peeking through, I can still see.
I used to cheat. I used to take off my glasses, and I used to tell people like, without my glasses, I'm blind. So I used to take off my glasses, but I could still like see people close up. So I was just like, "Wait, Corey, you're cheating." I was like, "I don't have my glasses on." They're like, "Oh yeah, that's right, you're blind."
Oh yeah, that's right.
You start taking your glasses off and just looking around.
Yeah,
Can't
I used to
tell.
get away with that.
Oh my god.
Those were the days.
That's a good strategy right there.
Uh,
Oh my god, so much happened in the 90s. I do miss it.
such a great time.
Ah,
Such a
yes.
great time.
It was the perfect time because nothing got recorded.
There was no social media. It was just you lived it.
Yeah.
You lived. Yeah. And disposable cameras if you wanted to capture moments.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you
God,
still
those
wasn't going to see it right there.
Kodaks.
No, you had to
Yeah,
wait.
you still gotta give them develop.
Hope you got the picture.
What was
You couldn't
great
go
is
back
like
and
You
take
could
it.
still do that. They have. So we bought
Mhm.
for our cruises. We always get like a waterproof disposable camera. Have we turned those into CVS or wherever to get developed? No. I think
I
it's still
believe they
sitting in my
still like
luggage
them.
over there.
I believe they still take them and they still create that stuff.
I
You
still
can
like
get
to,
you can get them printed, and they'll actually give you a digital like copy too, so you don't
Video
have
or
to.
something like that. Yeah.
Hold on to it for like 5 years.
shoot. I
Then
remember
go turn
when
it in. It'll be like a time capsule. Like, remember that time? No, I
No,
don't. Let's go
I
back.
I remember the time we took all of the Kodak or the Fujifilm disposable cameras. We take them to the Walmart to get the film processed, and we'd go to the McDonald's that was inside the Walmart,
Yes!
waiting to get them photos processed.
And it had
That
the little
was
access
the-
window
that was
on
the
the
trick.
floor side.
Oh yeah, you had the Ronald McDonald on the bench with his arms stretched out, so you could.
Oh
sit next to
yeah.
Access on both stores. There's a pass through.
Yep. It basically,
That
I
dude
think.
still to this day scares the crap out of me.
Wow.
Oh god, shoot! Do you remember? Do you
Giant
remember
clown
Chuck E.
dressed up
Cheese?
sitting on a bench. Come sit with me.
Chuck E. Cheese is creepier now that he's animated.
He's
He
animated.
got skinny.
So
He got skinny
Yeah.
and he looks weird now.
So Chuck E. Cheese, when I turned 31, I had a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. Called them.
Yeah.
I had an actual birthday party. I invited friends.
Get out of here.
When I was 1 year
I-
old, my mother
I hear
told
you,
me
I hear you.
they did a birthday party for me. I don't remember any of that, obviously, because I was one. So I decided to redo, and I went to the same Chuck E. Cheese that I went to as a 1 year old. Went right back there. I did the ticket thing. Everything. Like when
That's
I told them,
dedication.
they were like, "Who's the birthday boy?" I was like, "Me."
Hi.
They're like,
"Me,
they're looking for a kid, grown ass man.
grown ass man. Yep.
It's
Like-
your party. You party how you want to party.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
I mean, I guess it's cheaper than Vegas, right? You know,
Actually,
21 years old here. When I was 21, I did Vegas. My dad was like, "Hey, how do you feel about Vegas for your 21st?" I was like, "That sounds cool." Cool. I already bought your ticket. I'm like, "What?"
Okay, guess we're going.
whoa, your dad
Yeah.
sounds fun.
Oh, my dad's super fun. It's great. What the hell did he do? Went to oh god, we went to Ireland for my 17th.
nice.
It wasn't around St. Patrick's Day though, although that would have been pretty crazy.
Damn.
Ireland's very green. Very green.
Super
once.
green. It
Yeah.
smells
That
like
sounds-
goodness.
Y'all are making it sound boring.
I like green.
For a person like me, I enjoyed it. But if you want to go for the experience of being in Ireland, then yeah,
Do you just hang out like in the grass all day with the sheep?
that's not bad.
I mean, you
Sounds good
could
time to me.
go to downtown Dublin and hang out at the Temple Pub and just drink a Guinness, and then you'll be fine. And then don't call it or drink your water. That's fine too.
We're drinking because of you.
With your audio.
Every time it goes, we're going to
Every
take a sip.
time something messes
My
up.
audio is terrible. Don't make fun of it. Oh, and I'm over here with Modelo. I'm keeping it simple. God. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I definitely want to go back to Vegas. I got a couple of my friends that are telling me they're like, I want to go to Vegas, and I was like, you know what? I'd love to go too. It's been a minute.
It
We
is
only-
pricey these days.
I went
I mean-
one time and I was too young to do anything.
Same.
We went to the circus, so it was worth it because I got all the inside amusements, but I didn't gamble.
Being
like
in
12.
21, it was all about drinking and being able to gamble. Now that I'm in my 30s, I was like, I want to go to the buffets. let me go to the buffets and find the best one that serves crab legs and a really good steak. It's like, I got this.
See, I thought it was cool when we were walking.
Don't be laughing, tacos. You know you do the same thing.
All for the food.
We thought it was cool because there was the Shadow Cafe where you could see the girls dancing behind the shadows.
What?
It was like a strip club, but they were like behind a sheet, and it was their shadows were casted up.
Okay.
So like you could see it from the walkway because they're not really showing anything. So at like 14 years old,
Silhouette.
I was like,
When I went to
see a
Vegas,
movie.
I just wanted to go to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant and try his the beef Wellington. That was the one thing I wanted. I didn't.
Yeah.
I could have saw everything else, but if I did not get that, the whole trip would have been a waste.
Did
I've
you
heard
get
about
that?
that.
So
Oh my gosh, it's
I'm about to say, how was it?
insane. Oh my gosh, it's insane. Like the meat was just like, oh my gosh, everything about it, the pastry around it, oh, it was perfect.
So
It's
basically,
absolutely
was it the? Oh god, the beef was just like butter.
Yeah. Oh,
Damn it! I need to make another beef Wellington. I make that stuff for fun.
I made that once.
I like
Complicated.
to cook, so there's that.
Yeah.
No, I remember watching like an old Gordon Ramsay holiday episode where he made a beef Wellington, and for the holiday episode, instead of using mushrooms, he used chestnuts, which is he used chestnuts instead, and he didn't put crepes into the actual Wellington, and now I've seen it where people are starting to add crepes to the Wellington. I'm just like, was this like new to me? I remember that. I know like the duck sauce, the prosciutto, the puff pastry, of course the English mustard, because he swears up and down it's English mustard around the tenderloin.
oh yeah.
And I was just like, I need to make this. Made it. That thing was delicious.
I cannot eat that anywhere else but Vegas at one of Gordon Ramsay's.
There's more than one Hell's Kitchen though.
No, I can only go to Vegas and do it.
Oh,
I
Lord.
cannot do it because if I go anywhere else and it doesn't taste the same, I'm going to be really upset. Because why did I come all the way here? When I just went to the source. No,
I think there's only like two. There's one in California, and I thought there was one in Las Vegas.
I thought there was one in New York too.
I think so.
That I didn't know.
probably, but I'm only concerned about Vegas.
It's Vegas or nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Unless I go to his house and he cooks it for me personally, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. So
I
Are you one
need
of those people
you-
that get excited with him yelling at you and cursing at you.
you know what? Before Lego Masters, I'll be real. Before Lego Masters was a thing, I used to cook. Like I still cook at home. Like I still prepare meals and stuff. But I used to pretend that I was in the kitchen and Gordon Ramsay was yelling at me, and I was getting the ingredients. Yes, chef. I was a complete madman, and I was doing that. And I was like, you know what? Like, no, let me see. Like these amateur, cooks and chefs and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, maybe I could like focus in and actually do this as a hobby and everything like that. Like Lego was still a part of it, but then Lego Masters came and I was like, okay, well, clearly I'm better at Lego building than I am at cooking. So let me stick to what I know.
Whenever
Yeah,
you messed
let's
up, you just put sandwich.
It's like, do we
on
want
your head?
Corey on MasterChef?
I would go on MasterChef. If there was an opportunity to go on MasterChef, I would go. Heartbeat.
Do it. Just do it. Just sign up. Who cares?
I'd
Just
say
sign
they
up.
already know you're good for TV, so they should definitely want you there.
There you go.
Just
Oh, that'll be so much fun.
Just tell them
Just
you're friends
don't
with
burn anything.
What's her name?
just do not burn anything, because I think there was an episode I watched where the guy literally burnt bread to try to make toast, and he was like, You scramble the eggs really well, but you do not know. Use a toaster next time. Don't ever use a pan to toast your bread. And I was like, that's terrible. You can't toast bread on a pan.
You know what the second most common thing among like the Lego group people or Lego adults besides Lego is? It's food. We're all obsessed with food. We all want to talk about food.
I think it's bad that the majority of the episodes that we've actually had, that's always been like
food.
It's food. There's just something about it where food has been the reference.
That's half the reason I like going on the convention runs, because it's like, all right, new area, local people, what's good around here? What don't I have in my area?
Oh my God, that's gonna.
I don't want to change.
Yeah, I don't want the fast food that I can get every day. What's that hole in the wall that everybody's like, if you're going somewhere, go here?
I know. I think you guys had fun at Hooters in Virginia.
I mean, that was a good time.
we got one of our friends from the UK the traditional Hooters happy birthday cheer, so that was fun.
She's awesome. Like, I've never been to one. I want to go because it's in the US. We're like, oh God.
Okay.
We're like, nah, you don't really. It's not that big. No, really.
The food's not good.
The wings are really good though. Like, I remember I went there with a couple of friends. So like, we were 20. And we didn't really, we heard about Hooters, but they didn't have any Hooters in Jersey. And then they opened the first one. So we decided to drive and go in there. Went in there, we saw everything we had to see. We was like, okay, this is pretty live. You know, this is not a exaggeration. And I was like, yo, let's get wings. Like, we're here, let's try the wings. So we tried all their variation, all their flavors. And oh my gosh, like, yo, their wings are really that good. Like, aside from everything else that was going on, the wings was just out of sight.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm just
the actual restaurant establishment.
I told the Hawks that this will be my first trip to Chicago this year because I'm going to go to Brick World Chicago. And I was like, I am definitely going to I'm going to just be that one tourist that does all the Chicago things.
Mm-hmm.
Wrigley Field, Chicago dog, get a deep dish pizza, just chilling.
I'm not going to lie. I always have people recommend food to me in Chicago, and it has always been a letdown, except, I'm sorry to say, Giordano's Pizza is the only pizza place. The other pizza places are whack.
It's good, but it's so expensive.
But it's so worth it.
It's going to be worth it. I got to make a lot of money in April just so I can pay up.
I'm like 8 months pregnant after that because it's like a giant cement block in my belly, but it's delicious.
I'm always gonna vouch for deep dish pizzas. Like, I went to Chicago for the first time and I was sick. Coming into Chicago, I had a deep dish pizza and I was cured. Like, the next day, I was super healthy. I was like, this thing saved my life. I'm always gonna vouch for
I can't wait to have that food cure just to wake up and be like, I feel refreshed. I had a deep dish pizza.
I can stretch again. Yes.
It's like I can run 10 miles, even though it's gonna make me feel really bad afterwards.
Do it.
Because pizza cures all. Pizza is number one.
It really is. It really does.
My favorite is the Blackwood Barbecue in Chicago.
Oh yeah, we go there every time. We're a sucker for a barbecue joint.
It is good.
Oh yeah, that we did in Virginia. We went to a barbecue place right after the Brick Fair, Virginia.
And in Virginia, there was this hole-in-the-wall hamburger place that wasn't but this big and had 2 tables, but it was the best hamburger I have ever had. It was burnt black, burnt something apple. I don't remember. I took a picture of it. It was so good. So if we ever go back,
wait, did I miss this place?
No, it's the place we went.
Yeah, because Mark went with us.
It was
Where was the place we went on Sunday? I thought that was.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh my God, that place was so good.
Yeah, when we went to this place to eat when you guys were all downtown.
Oh, you went to the baseball game.
Yeah.
Different place. Okay.
Yeah, we found it, and then we said you gotta have it.
I did go afterwards. I went afterwards.
Pretty good.
That place was good. That was really good.
But it was just a hole in the wall this big, and those are usually the best places.
Hole in the wall's got some good food.
Always.
Really do.
You know what hits sometimes? Gas station restaurants, though.
Oh, I can't.
What? Hold on, wait now. No, hear me out.
Like
there are some gas station places that actually do hit.
Type of restaurant?
There are some places. Come on now.
No.
Don't disagree with me. There's a
If
couple.
I'm
of gas
driving
stations-
like 4 hours and the only McDonald's is attached to a gas station, I'll keep going.
I'm not talking about McDonald's at a gas station.
If anything is attached to a gas station, I cannot eat it there.
Is this like a diner, dives, and crash Guy Fieri kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like a Guy Fieri kind of thing.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I got a sensitive stomach. That
So I was about to say, carry the Pepto Bismol.
Never mind.
What he said.
Y'all are so. Oh God, it's. I don't know. So there are some gas stations that do it right, and then those that just don't do it at all. Like, stay away from those.
I mean, I could always go for a hole in the wall. Like whenever I do go to different conventions, I always tell people like if we're going to a place that is a chain, like I can go to Jersey and get that. No, I'm not interested. I want to go to the place that's Huck and Bucks, Tub Brew or something.
Right.
I'll
The
try
one
that.
and only.
What was that?
The one and only.
Yes.
It's one place. There's no other like it.
There's no other. I can't go anywhere else and get it. I can only get it in whatever state I'm in. So
I gotta rewatch
like that.
Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives now just to see what Chicago ones they got. Are
There
these
is a
places
place-
still open?
There is a place in Garfield, Chicago, but it's a little far away from convention because convention's in Schaumburg, and it's like
Yeah.
it's that's comforting.
I mean, I got a rental, but I definitely don't want to be using the gas for that.
But
Yeah.
there's this place called Uncle Remus, and there is a gate. Like you can't even. It used to be, I believe it used to be a bank, and it's not a. It's in the blue collar district, not blue light district. That's what it's called, because you basically have armed policemen in that area, but the chicken's fantastic.
Oh, this information you need closer to June.
But Uncle Remus is fantastic chicken.
Okay.
Mm.
Chicken
So,
falls
we making
right
a
off the
field
bone.
trip this summer.
This summer.
That's a good idea.
Why he choose?
As I'm chewing, because I'm super starving right now. My mouth was salivating. I was like, I need to take a bite of this taco.
I need to eat.
Well, now would probably be a good time to go into our segment then and let you grab a quick couple bites of your food.
Heck yeah.
Face.
We can definitely do
There you go.
y'all segment.
Boom.
Give me a second. I'll roll that clip for y'all so that way you can get started on it.
Super hardcore, breaking the mold, building wild creations, watch the stories unfold. Together we'll fly through the wildest of dreams. With every Lego piece, we craft the extremes.
That's so cool.
Right. So you guys picked the Mixels. Any
Well, mixed joint.
Mixel joint, which was originated with Mixels. But my question to you is, why Mixels? Why the Mixel joint?
It's flexible.
Yeah, it's funny
It's all
story.
about- yes.
In episode 2 of our first season, the first episode we had no mixel pieces, no ball joints, nothing. Second episode, there was a small bin that was tucked away of all those pieces. The winner of that challenge took all of those pieces and had it at his station, and we were just like, "There's mixel pieces. Oh, where can we get them?" So we're looking through the brick pit and everything like that. We're asking, production, "Hey, is there any more?" Yeah, we had a small bin, but we didn't even mean to leave it out. That was just like somebody must have just left it there. And
Whoops.
Tyler was sitting there, unconcerned, building this incredible model with the flexible tentacles and everything like that. He took all those pieces. Oh my gosh, we hated him for that. But once we saw what he built, we was like, yeah, can't get mad at that. I'm like, we wouldn't be able to do better than that. So why not?
Bastard.
Nice.
Valid. Okay. That's crazy. That's a crazy story. I would have not expected that. How would they? You would think they would let them share.
No,
You
season
know,
1. No.
Yeah,
We-
no,
we-
it was new. We were new.
That was the first season, so everything
Yeah.
was just new to everyone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is a blank run. So these Mixel joints that we guys are talking about first appeared in March of 2014. There was 9 series of these guys. And the last release was in 2016. So it was a short while that you got to get them if you got them. A little bit about them. They were originally monsters. So the idea was first to call them monsters, and then they partnered with network executives from Cartoon Network, and they came up with the idea of Mixels, and that's where the name came from. So they actually partnered with Cartoon Network, and there was a series out for a while on TV to help promote them as well. But the most important part was the emphasis on the combination of the models. So you had 3 little sets that would then combine together to make one giant set.
Cool.
Yep. And of course, the key element to these sets was that toe ball and socket that you guys are talking about here. It is very versatile and very well, you'll see here in the set.
Very satisfying.
They only came in poly bags, so you could only get them in small sets, 45 to 74 pieces. But $5 a pop isn't bad when they were out. They were also developed along the same time as Legends of Chima. So if you didn't have the Mixel sets, you could still get these same pieces in the Chima sets. So you've got the 1x2 modified plate. It's got a toe ball on one end, or it has a toe ball socket, so that's 2 parts there. You've also got the 1x2 modified that has the ball on each end, or the ball in the socket, which I'm sure was probably used for those tentacles. And then lastly, you have a 2x2, 2x2 modified. It has the toe ball, but it also has a hole in the center, so I'm sure that would be useful. This guy here actually has that 2x2 there in his build. So what did we build?
We used the toe ball you were talking about with the ball and socket, and we made a little well. If you can recognize where the piece is at,
Yeah.
we used it as the edge all the way around. And then, of course, the paneling for the roof.
Love it.
Nice.
Can you disconnect?
Yeah, I can. I just have to twist for a second to turn this. Twisty, twisty, twist. There it goes. And on the roof technique.
Oh, you put
There we
more of
go.
them on the inside. Nice.
So if you were at Chicago last year and you saw Moto's cat head or his wolf head, he did the same concept. The whole inside of that is just Mixel ball and socket all through it. It is. I was trying to see if I had a picture of it because I wanted to show that, but him using those pieces to create that is like amazing. It's mesmerizing to look at, but it is so useful and you versatile, utilized well. I don't know. It's a nice piece. I like it.
Yeah, I love those Mixel pieces. It's, I create a lot of movable action figures, so I love those pieces. It's such a great way to articulate just action and types of poses and stuff like that. It's amazing.
It's almost like not the birth, but like it's the launching pad to creating mechs. You know what I mean? Just I don't know. So one random thing we had just experienced Atlanta BrickCon. There was a mocker. I believe he was a mocker who's passing out tokens. He gave me this.
Oh,
So I thought it was actually really cute. You know, he was very obsessed with Mixels. So I thought it was really cute. He had given that to me for my wedding. So,
Super cool.
but the Mixels, yes, not only the Mixel joints are my favorite, but their spherical eyes versus a flat circle tile. I absolutely love the bug eyes. That to me is everything. So yeah.
nice.
Very cool.
Y'all did an awesome freaking job, though.
Thanks, we try. Sometimes we're kind of professional.
It helps when the guests pick the piece that we actually possess.
Yeah, that too. We didn't have the piece last time.
But
oh, yeah.
they came
You
in,
did pick a
and now I have a
super
bunch
unique
of them
one.
from last week. This was last week's piece.
The geode.
Mhm.
It's the gemstone, the geode.
Yeah. Those are
One
cute.
by one rock with trans pink.
Oh my gosh.
My kid's obsessed with those. Every time I come home with a set, she'll She'll just pillage and just take anything shiny. She's like a freaking. If you've ever played, what the heck is that? Every kind of game that has a goblin stealing gems.
She's a niffler.
Seriously. If you think about Golden Axe, you ever play Golden Axe? You have these little troll things running around with a little sack. That's my kid.
Dude, I love
Jake's,
Golden Axe.
sorry, I had to say niffler because Jake's a Harry Potter nerd. He knows what I'm talking about.
Listen, she just has really high standards, so she always goes after the shiny. It's not a bad thing.
Absolutely.
Go after the shiny.
Taco's gonna make me pull out the Sega now so we can go play Golden Axe again.
Oh my god.
Listen, you need to get one of those new things that you just plug into their
That's what
TV
I have.
and play them.
That's
Okay.
what I have.
Yeah, that's what I have.
I was gonna say, I hope you're not still using a Sega from.
It's got like 500 games in one little box. Like, all right.
I say that, but I'm also like one of the few people with a still working VCR.
Right? I still have my Tetris.
Listen, I've been trying to find a VCR.
I still have my Atari. So
You know, the only way to watch the Star Wars movies is the VHSs from 1998.
Yes, with the tracking in the static.
Yep.
I think I could beat y'all though. I got a Laserdisc player. Here's the best part. Not only do I have a Laserdisc player, but I have the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie that they came out with on Laserdisc.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
My
we're
mom-
bringing that to Chicago. We're gonna have a movie night.
Yo, this is the best part. My mom was just like, so my mom was going through a lot of, damn it. So we're gonna try this again. So my mom was going through a lot of her. Damn it! What the hell?
You're just gonna have to talk off screen.
Can we try this now?
Oh, that's the perfect image. Oh man, your paused image was so good.
It's like screenshot it.
Good news, we can go back and rewatch live.
My mom was going through a lot of the stuff, and she was like, "Take this Laserdisc player." I was like, "I ain't gonna need it." She was like, "Take it," and I was like, "All right, fine." So I took the Laserdisc player with me, and she was like, "You love the Power Rangers? Here you go." And I was like, "Oh shoot, I might actually play this on the TV."
Gotcha.
Just an oversized, like the original version of a DVD before DVDs came out.
I would have hated you back in those days because people who had that was like they were bougie to us. Like you're too rich, you can't hang out with us. You have such high technology.
Yeah,
My dad was military. Hold up now. There's a lot of things you could do. Hell, I remember the car VHS rewinder. That was great.
wow.
I remember the cleaner.
Oh my god, yes.
Right? And you had some type of issue. It was staticky. Took it out, put the cleaner in, put the little drops in the hole. Oh my god, that was awesome. That was my job at my house. Like anytime there was a problem, they'll just call me and I'll just come fix it.
Come fix the VCR, TV, RCA, whatever I got running in here.
Everything.
It's fun as a child. As the adult, though, now I'm like, I don't want to fix it.
Let me buy a new one.
It's broken. I'm gonna buy a new one.
I'm so lazy.
Amazon says it'll be here at 8 in the morning. All right.
All right.
I love it.
Watch YouTube and talk to sleep.
And I love them.
Oh god, what was the thing I was gonna talk about? Shit. I forgot oh god, I forgot about it now. It was something about I think it was something about VHSs. There was one day that one of my cousins had taken one of the VHSs and just started pulling the film out, and I was like, "No!
Oh my gosh!
Why would you do this?" And I was like, "Which movie was it?" It was The Land Before Time, and I was like, "Oh, so."
No.
We had The Land Before Time on VHS. I was like, "No!"
That little shit.
Littlefoot.
Locked them in a cage somewhere.
Oh, I was all about Spike or Petrie. Petrie
Yeah.
was the fucking character. Yeah.
Spike was the shit.
Spike was amazing. The
Ducky
fact that he
was
couldn't
awful.
talk,
Sarah
but
was
he's
a
still
bitch.
smart. Sarah was rude. Yes. Oh my god, that's awesome. We got a good bit of time left before someone has to vacate. I gotta ask, and this was probably going to be something that popped up. I'm surprised Galen's not in here to ask questions because he got asked to be on something. What about Lego Masters? Oh God, what am I gonna say? I know you were season 1. You were season 3.
Yep.
Yes. Other than your own builds, did you have a specific build from another team on an episode that you really just was like, damn, that's good? Like, that's really good.
I would say I always have at least one per season that I'm just blown away by, and you know, I would say from my season, it was Tyler and Amy. They built it was the storytelling challenge, and Tyler built this carrot, and the expression on this carrot's face, incredible.
No eyebrows.
I left a week prior to that challenge, and I remember I reached out to him. I said, "Man, that carrot was incredible," and he said that was the hardest challenge that he had on that show because he had to build it in a way that the kid recognized what it was. It was such a challenge for them. And then I would say real quick, on season 2, the finale on season 2.
I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah, that's it right there. Oh,
there it is.
Incredible. Caleb and Jacob's finale build, they did the hourglass. That thing was perfection. Like the scale, the way they built it, and then their story, how they're twins and that they are forever part of an hourglass. Like one part is Caleb, the other part is Jacob. I thought that was just, God, that was such an incredible build. I was so happy when I saw that. I was mad that they lost, but I understood why they lost though. But geez, that was just such a great build.
There it is.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That's just I loved everything about that thing. I love hourglasses. I love teaching hourglass and time and how that works. And it was just a great symbolism of who they are as brothers. It was perfect.
No, it definitely was. I mean,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Tacos.
For my season, you have the brothers. I believe it was like what the heck is it? Is it the monster? Not the camp episode. The brothers, they had built something like ridiculous.
Is it the Forest Man?
No. That's season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the other brothers.
My season,
Yeah,
you
brothers. I don't know which one.
Brothers teams are the best teams, obviously. So.
first to do it.
It's like, we called it.
I'm just saying.
I'm actually blanking out on their names right now.
Brendan and Greg.
You need to remember every moment, every build.
Brendan and Greg.
No, and what's funny is that these guys were no.
Brendan and Greg. I'm telling you their names.
Season 3, Brendan and Greg. The way Brendan's brain works, he's an anomaly. They're very good at sculpture building, but they're very good at mechanics. So first day I encountered them, it was for our auditions. I'm not going to tell you what the theme was, but one thing that they did build was a hand. And then in that hand, there was a giant tree. And I was like, am I seriously on the same thing? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. It was just absolutely beautiful. And I was like, no, that's it. They're on the show. They're on the show. Until I saw other people's builds and I'm like, okay, maybe I got a shot. So, but then, so Brendan and Greg, hold on. Let me look it up. Brendan and Greg.
Castle. They built a castle on that season. That castle was.
Yeah, the castle was nice.
Like
Greg. That. But no, they had built some kind of mechanism to go up and then go down. It was the freaking, I believe it was the camp episode, the summer camp episode.
We got the research crew looking it up.
Oh, I think I got it. Was it an amusement park?
Yes.
Was it?
I think I got it.
Circular coaster down.
Okay.
Was
So,
it this?
Camp. Let's see.
Hold
Oh
on.
no, that's not the one. That's the real. The hell is that?
Was
Yes.
it that?
That's
Oh.
just one of them. There's too many. There's too many builds that they came up
There.
with. It's too hard to. But
That one?
that one. So not looking at everything else, but that really tall tower. It was just something that would have taken about 17 to 20 some odd hours to build, and they built it in under 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he built it in under 8 hours while Greg did everything else.
God.
The stuff that I heard that went on behind the scenes, like I'm still surprised to this day that they didn't make it at least to the top 3, and it was just because there's sometimes the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
But it looks like very simple, but like there's so much engineering that is behind that. It's just ridiculous.
I
But
mean, let's
fun
be real.
fact-
Building that vertical isn't as easy as one would think a lot of the times, especially all the stuff you got to incorporate, like for things to move on it.
But a fun fact
Even-
is that they were supposed to be in season 2, but one of them got COVID,
Oh,
so they had to obviously withdraw. So
There would have been like 4 brothers teams on season 2, and it's better for him because it's way too many brothers.
Yeah, because Zach and Wayne on season 2 was definitely one of my favorite builds. The very last build that they did, the memorial that stuck out from the wall,
oh
that's
yeah.
like my
Yeah.
all-time favorite.
I remember they did the Chinese New Year Dragon too.
Yeah,
in
they
the,
had
in
the
the beginning of the
dragon.
season. That thing was.
Yep.
I don't think they won that challenge, and I was like, "Are you sure?"
Their finale build, if they
Mhm.
got it to work, if Zach was able to make it work the way he was envisioning it, they would have won the
Yeah, that's
entire.
the
They would have won the
dragons.
entire thing. Like they had we were gonna have like a dual spiral going in opposite directions in one contained area. Like, oh my gosh! Like if he was able to pull that off, that would have been insane.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He didn't.
Oh, right
24
there.
hours didn't have enough time to do that. It's crazy.
Far
No,
right, far right,
they
right,
were
right,
insane in season 2. I remember just watching all their builds, and I was like,
right.
Right. You're telling me right. This?
Keep right there.
Yeah.
Farthest right picture. There
Yeah,
it is.
that memorial, that was off of one hanging brick.
Yeah,
one brick
one brick in
hanging
the
off
wall.
the side. Like, well, several, but like I think it
So
was like
imagine
a
a wall with like a row of 4 studs sticking out.
that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That was it.
That's insane.
What?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 different spots. It was like 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. But like that was all they had to connect to, and then had to build out so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah.
That's
Zach
impressive.
is a monster when it comes to this stuff.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's not the exact one because theirs had that looks more like it. Because it
Zach
had the
that was
bridge,
it right
Evans
there.
Castle.
building, and then more bridge.
"Yeah."
And
See,
that
this is
balance
why I
was wrong.
wish we had these classes when we were younger, because this could be the step forward for some of us.
I'm like, when I watched the bridge challenge from season 1, I was just like, I couldn't do. What was it, the highest weight was like 200 and something pounds? I think I was like,
1,000.
Oh, way more.
They
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
expecting it to go.
Two bridges held 1,000. And when the
Mhm.
camera stopped rolling, they had to destroy the bridges, so they kept putting on weight to see when it would actually fall. And Boone and Mark's bridge held up. Like, I think it was up to like maybe 1,200 pounds before it collapsed. And then I think Finland's Lego Masters beat that by having their bridge held up more weight. It was crazy.
Oh
yeah.
It just amazes me what everyone can do. Like on the show, just watching all 4 seasons, it just amazes me what somebody could do with like a small piece. And you could see it just from this. It's like, you can't do that. Somebody from Lego Masters is like, hold my beer. Let me do this real quick. And then they do it, and then you're like, okay.
Wow.
I'm amazed. You officially shut me up for a long amount of time.
What's really fascinating too, though, is these builders are doing this in a set amount of time.
Yeah.
You know, you give that same artist the ability, unlimited time to do it. Imagine how much more refined that same artwork would be not under a time restraint of 8 hours.
I will ask this: out of the times that you've been on the show, was there something that when you went into the show you didn't know or use as part of a skill?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yep. So was there? So during the show, when you went in, right, you already know how to build Lego. You're mock builders at heart, right? Was there something that you came out of this show and you were just like, I need to start doing this now? Or did you adapt a different skill to your Lego building, like Lego mock building?
So I'm not a storyteller. I don't build for aesthetics. I build for function. So because I'm a STEM teacher, so that is one thing that I started. I didn't understand color theory. So after getting on the show the first time, I was like, that's why me and my teammate, she complimented me so well because she was all about storytelling. So she always came up with a theme. She knew how to colorize everything. I knew how to build a structure, So she made everything look pretty. So I learned by color theory, what is the center focus and stuff like that. So that's a technical ability that I didn't think that I was able to learn.
Yeah.
So it's just learning how to isolate certain things. That way I know what the camera is going to focus on and what the audience is going to want versus building all these little stories that no one is going to be able to see. So focusing on those major components that the judges want to focus on.
Yeah.
I would say being on the show changed my entire approach to Lego building. I never liked to build sets, even as a kid. I would build like half the set. I'll get frustrated and I'll just stop building it. And I'll just tear it down and build something else. So that was like always my mentality when it came to sets. I don't like anything to look like anyone else's. So I would always customize any sets, even if it's a car. So since being on the show, I guess being on the show kind of, it put my mindset in a way of, I cannot present something, I guess like not polished. Like, yeah, I could present something that looks good to me. And when I bring it to like a convention and I look at it from a convention's perspective, then I'm like, you know what? I could have improved it this way. I'll bring it back home and I'll improve it. And I guess being on the show, I don't want anyone to see me on a show like Lego Masters and think, oh, okay, he could dress nice and he talks nice. That's how he got on the show. Like, I never want that to be people's impression of me. I always want them to think like, okay, well, he got on the show because he could really build. Like, he could really design stuff out of Lego. So for me, it's a continuous learning experience that I'm now on, and since the holiday special, it's even now more, okay, I cannot present something that's like, that looks bad or looks like, all right, I just threw it together and I just presented it. Like, I have to make it look like, all right, Lego Master quality, so to speak. That's just my own mental state of mind. But yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you guys have a challenge either from the Bricktacular or your regular season that you really was your favorite one you did?
Without biasness of the finale build for the Bricktacular special, because that was really one of the challenges that I wanted to be in a finale build, to build whatever I wanted with some limitations, a story. I would say the hanging brick challenge was the challenge I really wanted to do. It was introduced in season 2. I loved what they did in season 2. Zach and Wayne again built some monstrosity that was gigantic off of that one brick. And I wanted a chance to tackle that particular challenge. And when they showed us the hanging brick, I was like, yes, they knew what I wanted. So that was the one challenge I wanted to do, was a hanging brick challenge, and then modify the brick to where the brick is vertical or horizontal, I should say. And I positioned it vertical and built off of it vertically.
What?
So I wanted to really, it wasn't, my brick wasn't like this. I purposely pulled the wires, because I even asked, the stage handlers, are like, hey, if I was to change the brick instead of like this to this. Is that okay? Am I breaking the rules?
They
They're like,
approve that.
that's what I did. That's how my seahorse was able to just kind of
I
not
mean, it's
tip
still
forward.
suspended from the air, from the wire that you gave me and the piece that you gave me. I did not add or remove. I just simply.
You just altered.
Yes.
Man found himself a loophole and he got it.
I like it.
Homeboy had the largest and heaviest build. No one could actually hold it up except for you. Meanwhile, someone else is carrying my ass. My
This
build,
is why he's the goal.
my builders. Caboose.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they did not want to carry. They were like, Corey, you ready? I was like, and I'm supposed to have like 2 people, a team of people? Like, no, you got it. I was like,
How nerve-wracking is it trying to move it like to the from your table or wherever to over there?
it was very nerve-wracking because
Summon
any piece
your
that
inner
fell off, that was it. So you had to build it in a way that you can move it without the pieces falling off. If they did it and the pieces fell off, that's their fault. You could come in and fix it. But if you're the one moving it, you better make sure nothing falls off. Because if it did, too bad.
One challenge I saw that I really wanted to do in season 1 was the build on the tree too. Was that season 1? But I thought that one was really cool when they were like incorporating around the
Oh, in
live
the
thing.
treehouse.
Yeah.
That's what you mean my
They all
downfall.
merged together.
My downfall, basically. Who sent me that
I thought it
picture?
looked cool. So I was trying to look at one of your builds and
So that's why you see me hold stroke face.
What the hell did you do?
That was
I
so
think
cool.
that-
you don't
Oh my
Google
God,
yourself
Google
is what they
stroke
say.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna share it.
constipated
I'm
stroke.
sorry.
Yeah, that was actually a very fun and very annoying challenge. Why? I picked a tree that had the most bugs in it, so that was one thing. I kept on like getting itchy. Actually, my chest was a little irritated, but I didn't have it the worst because there was someone else that actually was allergic to it. So they were on Benadryl, I guess, while building. This was Liz. So yeah, they were like, you may need to step away from the tree. And she's like, why? And they're like, you're breaking out. I was like, oh, geez. So yeah, I had them on my hair. They were getting inside my glasses, into my cleavage. It was
How
fun.
do you not how would you not think the producers wouldn't be like, hey, we need to make sure that these are like pest free,
Well, I mean,
or
She
even
was
a
allergic to the
fake
tree.
tree.
I was the pests were just all over me. But yeah,
That's crazy.
it was exciting.
In Liz's defense, I only learned I was allergic to outside like a couple months ago.
I was allergic to outside.
So I was getting an allergy test done for something else, and they're like, "Oh, you're allergic to like ragweed, the pollen, like oak trees." I'm like, "I'm in Georgia. That's everywhere." They're like,
can't
yeah,
go
you're
outside.
allergic to outside. I was like, "Good to know."
Oh my gosh, that's
Oh my
awesome. I will to end it on this note. I want to thank both of you for being amazing and being on the podcast with us. I know we're coming up to we're actually past closing time, so we'll wrap it up. Super excited that y'all were both able to be reached out to. Thanks again to the Super Hawk Bricks for reaching out to both of y'all to bring y'all on here. Super excited to talk about STEM and what that means to y'all, and how you've incorporated it into the U's lives, which is amazing. And then just getting to know you more and have a little fun on here. Can you tell us really quickly where everyone can find you? Socials, any new projects that you got coming out that people need to be aware of?
Next place they can come find you.
Up
That
next
part.
week. So next week we're gonna be at Brick Fan Expo in North Carolina. I'm looking at him. I have my own calendar here. Yes, next week we'll be in North Carolina. We're going to be teaching STEM in the STEM zone. We're going to be displaying our mocks and stuff like that. Then after that, I don't know. The summer's just begun. I mean, the Lego season, brick convention season has just begun.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be going to a lot of conventions this year.
Nice.
I hope you guys are in Virginia because that's where I'll be.
Hope you're all in Chicago. That's wrong.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
All right, so I'm going to take advantage that he's off.
Yeah.
So No, never mind.
You guys can find me on I just changed my name, Sam's Brego. So you can find me on all social media sites at that name. We work with Brick Fan Expo. So their tour dates are on their website, brickfanexpo.com.
Nice.
You just check out their tour dates, and those are the dates that you can find Tacos and myself at the STEM zone, as she said. Also, I have a few speaking engagements coming up in different areas. One particular that I am excited for is in October. I'm going to be in Canada.
Nice.
At a convention in Canada. So I have to polish up on my français. So because part of it I would like to speak in my mother's native tongue, which is French. So
Love
I have
that.
on my French. That means I gotta talk to my cousins in French. They are terrible at
Duolingo.
Babble.
Duolingo.
To do Babble.
I do Duolingo. That's where I'm doing Spanish right now. So there's that. I'm doing Spanish and Italian. So there's that. Oh boy, here's the fun part for me. I get to do this whole little overlay bit. All right, so we're gonna do the spiel as fast as we can and get the heck off here. Boom. Okay, folks, if you enjoyed the live tonight, please go ahead and check out.
Drink.
Damn it! I hate this thing so much. Are we unmuted? Am I still good?
You're still going.
Wonderful.
Okay, cool. Folks, if you like the episode, we are always live on YouTube Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can always find the episode at the Brick at Night on ELPM podcast channel, which is available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And then, of course, if you want to check out any of the additional content that we have, please go ahead and check out our TikTok and Instagram at Brick at Night ELPN. And then, of course, give support to the content creators behind this channel, including your very own Super Cabre Unhappy Mohawk, which is the combination of Super Hawk bricks, the sleeveless Bricket Jake, who started the drinking game with my microphone, and of course me, Kennard, where the E's are threes. Other than that, we can wrap it up now, because I would hate for someone to explode on screen.
I do want to say, keep a lookout. Something may come out in Lego. Oh, wait, hold on. We're going to be having the STEM thing coming out, right? The new STEM set in March.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Lego idea.
That thing looks so awesome.
And something else might be.
Damn, I had that lined up to the show, but I was like,
something else might be coming through Lego. I don't know. I suck at talking. Never mind.
It's gonna be that's gonna have to be like an offshoot conversation.
You have to explain that one later.
After she does what she needs to do. Sure. After that. Oh God. Trying to get my P's and Q's together. Okay, buddy. You get to say the famous line. Please do not do the good morning, good evening, good night one.
But that's so good.
I get that it's so good, but I don't know. Jake made me very self-conscious about it.
We have a wide variety of audience that watches from all over the world. So wherever you are, enjoy the current time that it is. And we will see you all next week. Peace.